So I'd like to start by asking you how you see the value of such events when we talk about the OSCE and the PFPC partnership.
Well, thank you very much. This has been a very good event, and the cooperation with the PFPC has been very successful. The OSCE this is already the second TTX that the OSCE has been doing with the PFPC, the first one being last year in Durrës in Albania, and that basically inspired us to realize that this is exactly the right tool that we need here in our host country for the stage of development that we are with CT-CVE efforts. So.
That's wonderful, and you've kind of answered this already, but you see value obviously in the TTX, and do you anticipate that there will be more either in the host country or in the region generally?
There should be. There should be, because it is the right mechanism for people at this particular stage, professionals at this particular stage, of really just starting to get into the field of CV and who don't necessarily have the most developed cooperation network and communication network. So the TTX that we did this particular time, bringing all of the different officials of the government agencies that are relevant for CV efforts, plus the regional experts from Kosovo and from Albania, has allowed a better communication and a better coordination. And the main thing is that it has built trust and confidence in each other, which they can use then for their everyday work as it moves forward.
I think those are incredibly important points. I believe this has to be a regional effort. We're in an area where the countries are not that large, so the national issues quickly become transnational. Am I correct?
Absolutely. The challenges that we are facing are cross-border, and then we must also cooperate cross-border as well. We have a new national coordinator with his team here. We have a new national committee that we're participating at this TTX, and they have already made very good contacts in the region with their counterparts. And we in the OSCE, together with the PFPC, we will try to continue to foster these contacts to make sure that we can support them in all of the efforts that they need to do to overcome these challenges.
Wonderful. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Our country, in this opportunity, firstly wants to thank for the organization of this event and the support it was given to the country from all aspects in countering violent extremism and this evil. I would like to use this opportunity to thank the United Embassy of the United States, the OSCE, and the Partnership for Peace Consortium. Thank you for being here in these past few days. And I would like to express my thankfulness for the support you've given us in terms of the experience we've received in this country, the international experience we've received, and the experience we've received from our regional partners in the united fight against CV, the threats are additionally caused by foreign fighters, and it's important to early detect this problem and prevent it. So we can do this together in terms of preventing it regionally and also delegitimizing this entire phenomenon. Our country has its own preventive strategy, which is contained of normative, legal, security, and other activities in dealing with this problem, and other measures in terms of self-prevention. Things we've learned is that countering terrorism and countering violent extremism has to come to the field of prevention as a whole society approach, so involve every member of society. And that's one of the benefits of this exercise, because we've raised awareness in our society and the region, and because of the need to look at this problem from a regional level and work together.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was my pleasure being here. I would like to congratulate on the excellent organization, to your institute and to all the people who were part of the organization efforts.
Thank you very much. So, from your perspective, how do you see this benefiting Kosovo at a national level?
Even that Kosovo is, we'll try not to be modest, Kosovo is a little bit ahead from the neighboring countries in the implementation of the national strategy, because Kosovo has a national strategy from 2015, and we have made some steps in implementing the strategy and action plan and taken some steps in fight against terrorism, but also in particular in countering violent extremism and radicalization. I think, nevertheless, learning from the experiences from the neighboring countries in different ways will benefit Kosovo at the national level. Particularly, we are keen to see and explore the ideas of Albania in regard to establishing or creating the national CV center within the Prime Minister's office, but nevertheless also we can learn also from Macedonia on how they are tackling these kind of issues at the beginning, and we can also give to them the mistakes that we have made at the beginning in order for them not to repeat. But I think it's crucial for the neighboring countries, especially since we are neighbors and we share common problems. I think the common goal would be beneficial for all of us.
Well, thank you. That's very insightful, and I hear you saying quite definitely that you see this as an opportunity for regional cooperation, because it is a problem that demands regional cooperation.
But I would totally agree with you. It's the common goal and the regional cooperation. I think it should be, and it is, priorities of the Kosovo government, but also the governments in the region. And without the cooperation, without the cross-border cooperation, exchange of information, exchange of best practices, but exchange also of data, will definitely will be in beneficial for all of us.
Well, that's wonderful to hear, and perhaps if there is interest, we could do a tabletop at some point in Kosovo.
I think seeing it, how it functioned here in Macedonia, I think it will be very significant also for Kosovo authorities to repeat or to have a similar event in Kosovo to see where we lack, because we have to put it in practice to see how the whole system and all the stakeholders, intergovernmental but also civil society, are functioning, and trying to see the gaps. In order to, when we see the gaps, then we can work in implementing the best practices. Kosovo is going to do now a revision of the action plan, and it will be also an insight on how we will proceed in the future.